Good morning, and we're live, coming to you from my home office this morning. It's great to be with you. We'll give everybody just a couple of moments to join us. I'm going to let you in on a couple little secrets this morning, so let's have some fun. Thanks to those who will be with us live and to those who will be watching this later in the week. We're so excited when you join us and participate in these activities. We're going to focus today on scroll number 4. Scroll number 4 is I am nature's greatest miracle. When Og talks about the fact that there's a flame that burns inside me that's been passed down from generations uncounted, and its heat is a constant irritation to my soul to be better than I am, and I will be. I will fan these flames of dissatisfaction and proclaim my uniqueness to the world. And later in the scroll, he shares this quote. He says that I'm on this earth for a purpose. And that purpose is to grow into a mountain, not to shrink to a grain of sand. Henceforth, I will apply all my efforts to become the highest mountain of all, and I'll strain my potential till it cries for mercy. I'm so grateful that you're here with us this morning because we're going to dive a little deeper into these comments. I'm Dave Blanchard, a partner with Paul Blanchard and Blanchard Leadership. We have been entrusted with the worldwide rights to Mandino, greatest salesman in the world, the 10 scrolls, his name on the internet. We're so excited to be able to have those exclusive rights for training and coaching and speaking. And we have incorporated those principles deep into our Habit Finder coaching program. And we're so excited to be able to bring Mandino into the 21st century. These principles that have impacted my life for many, many years. What an honor to be a part of this process. By the way, please take a moment this week to take your Habit Finder. This is habitfinder.com. It's very simple. It's going to measure your habits of thinking, because this is what Og was talking about when he said, I have surrendered my free will to these years of accumulated habits. What habits? And the past deeds of my life have already marked out a path which threatens to imprison my future. We have, in this stream of causes, we have our behavior, the doing. Upstream a little bit more, we've got personality, our emotions. And personality is nothing more than emotions that have been memorized, right? And way at the top, at the headwaters, at the very beginning, are our habits of thinking. These habits really destroy us. And the topic for this morning is probably one of the most profound ways where our habits of thinking just destroy our lives. This self-sabotaging internal dialogue. Got up this morning and was introduced to Robert Sharma. Many of you maybe follow him. I am now. He had a podcast on Be Kind. And I kept thinking as I was listening to him, and most of all from Scroll 2, I love myself. I'll be kind to myself. After my workout, it was time to work on the lyrics for the song Dream. Had a situation on Saturday. I just want to share it with everyone. We have our hopes and we have our dreams and we get all excited, and sometimes we leap ahead a little too far in our dreams. This is a critical principle because I fell victim to this Saturday morning. We're working on the song The Dream for an animated movie called The Dreaming Tree. And I'm writing the lyrics. Randy Karchner's writing the music, beautiful music. And we finished the rough mix and a rough lyric before we have the final vocalist. And we sent it to a producer that Randy knows really well to get some feedback. And it was really tough feedback. I tried in the original lyrics of this song to put too much into it. And he said as a result, we ended up with a bunch of fragmented statements. And I got to have one of those moments where I've already created an expectation, a concrete condition for happiness. We're ready to have the orchestra play this. We're ready to have a vocalist sing this. We're ready to go to the next level, right? And all of a sudden, it's like we're back at ground zero. Well, we weren't really going to ground zero, but it felt like it's Saturday morning. It just hurt. I had an amygdala hijack. I could feel my sympathetic nervous system releasing cortisol. Ever had that happen? When something you're expecting to happen differently turns out, I mean, you understand what I'm saying? And I could feel the cortisol surging. And I was talking with Randy. We talked for about 2 hours, and I was processing, and he was processing, and he was gracious enough to let me process through this cortisol surge, this amygdala hijack, my fight or flight center, to get back grounded again, just go, okay. This producer is not the end of the world, but he really knows what he's talking about. He's an expert in this field. He really knows. He's got lots of hit songs, and we want this to be a hit song. So what do you do? Well, the first thing it pricked from me, well, this is really personal, but I want you to feel this. How many of you during your lifetime keep having experiences that remind you of dialogue that sounds like this? I'm not enough. Anybody had one of these moments? I'm not enough moments? Because really that's what happened Saturday morning. I'm not enough. I guess I'm not good enough to write the lyrics either. Some people who know me would say, really, you have those thought processes? Absolutely, I have those. I'm working on them all the time, wanting to be the very best that I can be, but also wanting to compete in that arena. When Og says in scroll 6 that in the Orient, bulls are tested for the fight arena. Each is allowed to attack a picador who pricks them with a lance, and the bravery of each bull is carefully rated based on his willingness to charge in spite of the sting of the blade. And I have to tell you, for a minute Saturday, that sting just put me down. But I want you to know this morning I'm back up. Just back up. I've had a great weekend. Wonderful time with grandkids. Spending time with the grandkids. A great Sabbath day that was just wonderful and relaxing and filled with service and wonderful feelings. Woke up this morning, had a great workout. Listened to Robin Sharma's podcast on kindness. Thank you, Dr. Eric Lane from Tucson, for sending that to me, a dear friend. He shares these kinds of things with me all the time. I always love to get a text from him because I know it's going to have something powerful in it. And then sat down with these lyrics. Had an interesting awareness this morning. Originally, the line came, deep in the night when the whispers are real, words softly spoken, voices we feel. Well, the truth is, it's not deep in the night, it's deep in our dreams. And sometimes those dreams are in the day when we're wide awake and we're pondering possibilities. Just be in touch with those for a moment. Deep in our dreams, when the whispers are real. In other words, the inspirations that we get, we want to listen to them. We don't want to talk ourselves out of them, because many of you have very high levels of empathy and intuition, and you talk yourselves out of connection all the time. I was doing it. Deep in our dreams, when the whispers are real, words softly spoken, voices we feel this, calling us higher than we've ever flown, giving us wings to a world yet unknown. One of the beautiful things about dreaming, possibilities, not fantasy, not trying to escape and avoid. This is all about engaging and creating. What am I willing to create? And all of a sudden we go out far enough and we go, I don't know how to do that. Because I felt that Saturday. I don't know how to do that. But that's where we want to get. So what preparation over the weekend, spiritually and otherwise, to get in a place to be able to write? Deep in our dreams, when the whispers are real. It's dreams. Words softly spoken, voices we feel, calling us higher than we've ever flown. We haven't been here. We haven't been there, but giving us wings to the world yet unknown. These wings where we can find out and experience joy in that process. Come with me and dream. Putting all your fears behind you. The tears that blind you. I had some of those Saturday morning. The chains that make you scream. How many of us feel like we're chained by our history, our genetics, our race, our religion, our whatever it might be? What's chained us down that we feel oppressed? Let's let the chains go. Fear, the tears, the chains. Just dream. In the next section, I tried to cover the challenge with seeking ease and less stress and comfort, and the challenges that come when we use our gift of vivid visualization to go into that place. And it's awful. But it's not seeking of ease steals our purpose and peace. It's the burdens of life that steal our purpose and peace. The burdens of life steal our purpose and peace. Broken and angry, we cry for relief. Have you ever been here? Please help. We feel crushed. Dreaming inspires us to reach for the stars, healing our wounds from all those burdens and removing the scars. So think through this with me. The burdens of life steal our purpose and peace. Broken and angry, we cry for relief. I remember that so desperately. I long to cry to the God of my youth, but the God of my youth will not hear my cry. I must change my God or change my cry. Spontaneous statement after almost considering the use of a life insurance policy in 1992. We cry out. Can you feel those cries? The burdens of life steal our purpose and peace. Broken and angry, we cry for relief. Dreaming inspires us. That means it breathes life into us. Inspires us to reach for the stars, healing our wounds and removing the scars. Just dream. Come with me and dream. Putting all the fears behind you, the tears that blind you, the chains that make you scream. Come with me and dream. Putting all those fears and tears behind you, letting hope and joy remind you to become the one who finds you when you dream. Lead from the future, act in the now. When you dream, you get to see a different version of you. One free from all those unhealthy habits of thinking. One that is maximizing strengths and listening to intuition and acting upon it. Bring that person into today and act from that place. Remember all the pain and fear that has crushed your life. A small change and kept you small for years. Reach deep down inside your soul. Feel the flame that burns. Declare the truth you know. Just dream. Come with me and dream. Putting all the fears behind you, the tears that blind you, the chains that make you scream. Come with me and dream. Putting all those tears and fears behind you, letting hope and joy remind you to become the one who finds you when you dream. Deep in our dreams, where the whispers are real. Now, this message this morning is especially for that person who feels just a little beat up this morning, who feels a little bit like giving up this morning. I want you to take your gift of vivid visualization, not go in there today. Don't go into catastrophe. Don't go there. 10 minutes in that space, you'll be impaired for 20 minutes. Don't go into fantasy trying to escape and seek comfort. Go into possibility. Feel that flame that burns inside you. Listen to it. Hear it. Respond to it. Because you are absolutely nature's greatest miracle. Blessings to you. And may today and this week be the very best day and week of your life. Thank you.